Hey guys, welcome back to Paracord Planet. Today we're going to be making a quick deploy bracelet. It looks a lot like the cobra weave, but it's actually not. It's more of a chain sinnet. So I've got two colors of paracord today. This works best if you use one color, but it's a little bit harder to make because you have to keep track of which cord is which when you're weaving them. So for your benefit, I'm going to use two different colors. I've got black and a light green camo. And then we're going to be using a metal shackle, which is just a stronger closure instead of a plastic buckle. Let's dive right in. Alright, so we're going to start off by joining these two cords together. If you are going to use two different colors, I would suggest using the Mani method. I'm not going to cover that in this video, but we have a video on our channel that covers how to do that. So we'll put a link in the description if you want to learn. I'm just going to start by melting both ends. And then holding them together until they harden. And then we're just going to fold the cord over right next to our meld mark and loop it through the pin side of the shackle. And then on the other end, we're going to wrap it around our wrist just to see what size we need. And you want to make your bracelet about an inch longer than your wrist measurement. I'm just going to do it right on my wrist here. And measuring up, I want to leave about 2 fingers of room underneath, like that. So mark that spot on the cord. And then while we usually, with a buckle, put both cords down through the top of the buckle, for this weave, I'm going to be doing my green camo through the top. And then with our black cord, I'm going to bring it up through the bottom. This is a little bit different. This bracelet tends to twist, so this is to minimize that effect. So once you have that ready to go, test whether it's the right size for your wrist. So still holding on to your bracelet length with your cords attached to your shackle. Put your extra cord out to the sides with the middle of the bracelet like that. And now here's where it's pretty different from a cobra weave. The cord that goes from bottom to the top of the shackle, we're going to be making a loop and sticking that underneath the 2 middle strands. Just like that. And then with our black cord, that's going from top to bottom, make a loop in that as well, and send that up through the green loop. And lay that across the top. We're going to be zigzagging back and forth. And then go ahead and cinch that green cord down without letting the size of your bracelet adjust. Kind of a lot to hold on to here. And this isn't going to quite stay in place until we get a couple knots made. So I'll try to show you what it looks like here without letting go. So we've got that green loop cinched down over our black loop. Because this bracelet has a tendency to twist, I would advise using a jig if it's your first time making this bracelet. So now with our black loop crossed over the top, we're going to make a green loop again, and instead of where we stuck our black loop up through the green loop, since the green is going on bottom, we're going to stick it down through that black loop and then across the bottom of the bracelet. Now we want to cinch that black loop around the green one. And now we want to take that extra cord out of our previous knots. So we want to make sure those are cinched down. So taking up the slack, pull all of the extra cord down to our working end here. at this point, it should start to hold its own shape. So now we've got what looks like almost a square knot with this black loop across our bracelet, and we're ready to make another black loop. So the black went on top last time, so it's going to go on top again. Make a loop, bring it from underneath, and bring it up through that green loop and across the top. Then we'll go ahead and cinch that green loop down again. And take any extra out of that black loop. So then again, green loop on the right, down through the black loop and underneath. Cinch the black loop over it. And take out our green slack. So this is what it should start to look like. A lot like the cobra weave, it just looks slightly tilted over to one side. As you go, we want to kind of cinch that down, dress your knots, make sure it lays flat. You don't want to tighten it too far or it'll turn into a corkscrew. So we're going to keep on going with that pattern until we get to the end of the bracelet, and then I'll show you how to finish that off. Alright, so we are just about at the end. I've got a green loop on top, and where I would put a black loop down through that one, I'm just going to take the end of the cord instead and put it through. So we've got both of our ends on the bottom so they don't show. And then all you would have to do to unwind your bracelet is to pull that one knot out of the end, and all the rest are going to pull undone. So now let's just finish off our ends. Make sure everything's good and tight. So with that little bit of a loop at the end, that's what's going to attach to our shackle. So we'll go ahead and put the pin back in. And there's the completed bracelet. If you want to undo this, all you would have to do is take this black end out and then pull both cords away from the bracelet, and it would just come undone. If you do want to use this for utility use, I would definitely suggest using a single color or connecting the cords with the Manny method so you have a stronger one piece of cord. The shackle can be used as kind of a pulley sometimes, so that's handy too. Remember that paracord is not climbing rope, and so you don't want to be climbing with it or rappelling or anything like that, but it does have a lot of utility uses. We'll put a link to where you can buy paracord down in the description, along with the shackle. We hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to leave us a like, and subscribe if you want to see more tutorials in the future. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.